Hey y'all, Stacy here, excited to share my first haul from the new catalog season. I've got the Whiff box, some scents of the month, some flower and garden, along with a new warmer, and I'm going to take a way too close look at those new little K-cup sample sizes. We're going to weigh them and everything. As a quick reminder, I do use mostly 25 watt and up Scentsy warmers as I am a Scentsy consultant. My warmers are typically on for about 15 hours a day, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so we can stay in touch. I'm going to start with my Whiff box, so if you don't want to see the Whiff box contents, go to the timestamp you see on your screen here so you can keep it a surprise for yourself. Now, one of my favorite features of the Whiff box recently is there tends to be the next month's scent of the month in the Whiff box in full bar form. This is Keep On Bloomin', and it's this beautiful pink wax. I will say I don't usually do cold sniffs, but this is a very floral bar. I'm not sure as I'm smelling it if I think it's going to be incredibly strong. I do see it looks like there's papaya here in the mix with the floral that's going on, but for me, this is a very floral dominant bar. I do wonder about the presentation, whether or not when it warms, it's going to be intense or not. So I will let you know. More to come on that one in my warm reviews. Now, this is Lemon Heaven, and it's a preview of what's coming in the Easter collection, also in the Whiff box, and I have an immediate impression of this, and I'm going to share my cold sniff impressions of this bar. Now, what I'm going to say is it's this beautiful yellow wax, but you guys, on the top of this, when I smell it, this smells like lemon drizzle cake to me, like full stop. When I smell the bottom, I get something that's a little different than lemon drizzle cake, but this to me, I feel like this is lemon drizzle cake and maybe a different lemon, and I'm not sure which sweet lemon I think it's combined with, but I do think there is another sort of more candied layer of lemon in here. But on the top, this smells exactly like lemon drizzle cake for me, and I do like lemon drizzle cake, and I have it in my club. So I'm a little bit excited about this, but we shall see. And I am excited for a head-to-head matchup between Lemon Drizzle Cake and Lemon Heaven. Now, always in my Whiff box, you get like a little guide to what's included in the Whiff box, which is nice to have. But if you're like me, I just kind of jump right into all the things. Now, we got also this cute little skinny bag of 5 of the 10 new release scents in a sample. Now, this is something I did not watch the end of month live, but I heard reviewed that in the end of month live, they said these may come like to the catalog as an option to purchase to try and kind of sample in your home. And I do think it would be great if there was a purchasable sample already ready for people who maybe aren't working with a consultant who's making samples to try just a few. So I'm excited to kind of dig deep into these particular ones. So let's just start opening one or two and seeing what they're like on the inside. Now, for me, I am already confident in my 10 new release bars. I am having a hard time getting into this, you guys. But I will pop a tag up. I've tried all the 10 new releases. I have my warm reviews up, and you can check those out if you haven't. This has got like a little divot. It's concaved, so it's not completely full, at least not on this one. But it does still seem to me like, just by feeling it, I feel like this is probably somewhere around 2 or 3 cubes of a regular bar of wax, which I think is a good sample size, but I do like to make smaller samples. Like I make 1 cube samples because I think one of the things that I like to do when I provide samples is I like to make sure that you can melt them more than once, and or if you're like me and put them in, yeah, I am having a hard time getting into these, you guys. um but I do, again, I have dexterity challenges, so this may not be a problem. It could be me. Hi. It could just be me. So let me just try and get into this. Well, this one is really, I'm struggling to get. Okay, maybe that's why. So this one looks like maybe it was jostled a little bit more when it was already sealed. It's concave too. So it's a little bit crumbly. It's not a full like solid thing of wax, but I do love the concept. I would hope that I could chop this in half, and I don't think I really would or could, at least not the way these two look. Now this one is Ocean Shimmer, and let me just pop this in and see how it seems to fill a warmer dish. Now this is a 4-cube warmer dish, so it's really concave in here on this one. I wonder if just some of them are like this and other ones aren't, but that is an interesting kind of thing. That is a substantive amount of wax. I think what I want to do is I want to grab my scale, and I'm just going to weigh this to see how close I am to understanding how much wax is in these particular ones. Now let me just set this. I always love this because you guys can see the yardstick. I should say I can see it. I don't know if you can, but if you look at the steel plate there, that little line that's going right across, that's like it's a light brown reflection in there. That's the yardstick. And on that yardstick is my cell phone, because indeed you are still balanced on 2 Lego boxes that are propped upright, a yardstick, and my cell phone. That's how I make all these videos. So, yeah, it looks like, I think that's definitely over 1 cube. I think it's over 2 cubes. I think this might be between 2 and 3 cubes of wax. Let me put everything in there. I know I'm so particular, but yeah, so that's just over 0.8 ounces of wax, which that's enough, I feel like, to get a good idea of what a scent can do in a space, not just smell it close up on warm. Let me just check this Italian Sunshine sample. And it is right at 0.79 also without these little crumblies. I bet it would probably get 0.81 if I put the crumblies on top. So that's pretty consistent. Let me just grab this one that I know is going to be the next one that I melt, which is the Lemon Heaven. And I'm just going to toss 2 bars, or not 2 bars, 2 cubes, and see how much 2 cubes is. So 2 cubes, it's definitely more than 2 cubes. Let's see if it's more than 3. I'm just gonna try and grab for this whole middle row here and see if that, I mean, it's obviously gonna push us over. So I think it's just, it lives somewhere between 2 and 3 cubes, but let's just take a look at this whole middle row and see how much that weighs together. So I pop that down. Yeah, that's over an ounce. And typically when I make my samples, I make little smaller shapes, but I try and strive for an ounce of the wax. And it just kind of gives you an opportunity, I think, to spread it out if you're like me. But I do think this is a great option, and I'm excited if this does come kind of as a simpler way to at least get an idea of how the wax is going to perform in one warmer without purchasing a whole bar, which can feel like a lot of wax. I mean, 3.2 ounces of wax is a lot. For me, I typically get, now in my open concept, that's usually like 1 full open concept melting, and that could be a couple of days depending on the wax, and then I would get like a bedroom or a bathroom out of that. And if it's in a bedroom, I can get like probably 4 melting out of a single bar. So it's a good bit of wax. Now there is in here a catalog. I'm not going to spend any time sharing the catalog that's in the Whiff box because I do think there's some print errors in it. Be sure to check with your consultant to make sure you have all the updated information. What I am excited about though is this guy. Now this is the Fluted White. It's an element warmer and it's 9 watts. And it's very exciting that the Whiff box contains a whole full-size warmer. So this is a new series. I think are there 2 or 3 of this sort of style of warmer that seems to, in my opinion, have replaced the mod warmer. Now you always get your instructions here, which it is always just a good idea to read through the manual. It has lots of good suggestions with regard to placement and all of the safety standards and all of that, which are important to know. Ooh, it's so beautiful. Look at it. Let me just get this box set out of the way and the bag off of it, and we'll take a look. I apologize, guys. I am contending with a little bit of a cold. I feel like this warmer goes with my nails. The sheen, I'm not sure if the sheen on this is picking up, but it is a beautiful white that the fluted style of this warmer does just pick up the color. Now you do have the Scentsy logo here on the back, but that's not very visible. And then it's got a toggle switch here. Forgive me while I struggle with getting the cord untangled so that we can get it plugged in. I am just going to plug it in so that we can take a peek here and see, make sure that our little indicator light is on. All the element warmers have this indicator light and it glows orange. Not all of them. I'm not sure that all of them have it, but many of them have this little orange indicator light, and that's a great safety feature because it allows you to know when you've left your warmer on. This is a cute one. Now, I have done a couple of warmer watches on these, and the fluted gray warmer has a slope to it, and this one looks more like the old plastic mod warmer dish. So it goes straight down. Let me see if I can grab those. So this is the fleur-de-lis warmer, which I got in my new season sales kit, and I think the fleur-de-lis is a little bit taller, but barely. So they're very contemporary in size. And this is just a sloped entrance. So I do think that the sloped entrance might be a little easier to pull all sorts of wax from. But I would imagine that both work well. And it looks like they both can accommodate the large size cotton cleanup as well as the small cotton cleanup and cotton balls. For just additional reference, this is the plastic mod warmer that just retired from the fall winter catalog. See the similarity here in the design, I think particularly with the fluted white. Very similar in size, scale, and design, but it's the fluted white and the fleur-de-lis are 9 watts, whereas the old plastic mod warmers were just 6 watts. I love the scale of these because I think they can go into smaller spaces. They're probably going to travel well. I mean, I think you'd want to take the box because they are ceramic. So, you'd still want to be careful with it. But I think this fits a very unique and wonderful bill. And I'm excited that they've come out with multiple options in this kind of size and scale. And it's super exciting that this one is in the Whiff box. I always love it when they put a full-size warmer in the Whiff box. It feels like such a win. Next, we're going to jump into everything I got from the Disney collaboration for the Flower and Garden Festival. As a consultant, I send out an email to my customers to see who's interested in what to help me inform like which samples I'm going to get and make. And I didn't get any interest on this collection, so these are all for me. I'm going to start with the 3 new ones, and the first one here is Honeysuckle Dew. And it lists with scent notes of honeysuckle blossom, jasmine, and dewy greens with, I think it said lemon zest. I can tell you 100% on cold, I get the honeysuckle. So I'm very interested to see how this warms. I do like honeysuckle as a fragrance, and I tend to like jasmine. It just depends on kind of how it performs. So I'm excited to see how that one goes. Next, we have Hydrangea Bouquet. Now, this just lists with hydrangea and pink freesia. It's very interesting because I do pick up something almost fruity, almost tart fruit in here, but floral is definitely the dominant note. I'm not the best cold sniffer. Warm reviews will come eventually. I'm not sure when. They will likely not be fast, but I will let you know how that melts. Serene Succulent is the last of the 3 new ones, and it lists as Oasis Succulent Greens Bright Bergamot, and that's it. And what's interesting to me on Cold Sniff is I feel like this is very like subtle melon kind of vibes. It fits in the same wheelhouse that I think like Amazon Rain does, or maybe more close to Desert Twilight, but it's a more melon forward. It does seem on Cold Sniff to me like it's going to be a more present in the air kind of scent, but it feels more fresh than floral to me. Returning to the collection from last year is Garden Fresh Gardenia. This is a floral scent through and through, so it's not one that I have ever clubbed, but I do like to have it every now and then, and it's not a truly headache-inducing bar for me, so I can enjoy it during the spring, so I wanted to grab one more bar of it just to play with it. For similar but different reasons, I did not club or stock up on Glorious Grapefruit. Now, Glorious Grapefruit is a bar that I think is very beautiful. It's a wonderful grapefruit scent, and I am a person who likes citrus and fruit. However, I just found myself not pulling for this bar a lot, so I elected not to club it, but I am excited to have another bar of it, and I do think I will enjoy it. Hibiscus Sunset is one of the bars that was from this collection last year that I put in my club. I really enjoy this. It's a beautiful open concept melt. It is a hibiscus floral scent that has those floral notes in it, but it leans fruity in its presentation. So it's really crowd pleasing in my home. It's an open concept melt and I enjoy it a lot. I do prefer it to hibiscus pineapple, which is in the catalog. And I'm sorry if you love hibiscus pineapple, but I had hoped that this one would take hibiscus pineapple's place in the catalog, but it didn't. So I'm glad that it's back for now. And while I enjoy Hibiscus Sunset, I absolutely love Mint Fields. This is a bar that I clubbed and I stocked up on when it went away. And when I saw that it came to the catalog, I was elated. This is truly, it is a garden mint and it's so beautiful. The color of the wax is gorgeous. The fragrance, I love this. It's just a great one to me, and I do hope that it stays in the catalog. Now, all 6 of these first bars that I talked about are limited time offers, and these last 2 started as limited time offers and are now in the catalog. Heirloom Rose is the other one that joined the catalog, and I'm glad for this too. I think it's a beautiful true rose scent and it's very nice. Similar though to me with Garden Fresh Gardenia, this is not a scent that I reach for often. So I didn't club it, but I am glad that it's in the catalog and I definitely wanted to grab one more specifically for the spring and summer. So I'm excited to melt these. I love melting new fragrances, even if they're not my favorite fragrance family. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see warm reviews on that. Otherwise, you'll just catch them in my empties. Speaking of my empties, if you've seen my empties, you know that I fell in love with Isle of Clover, which popped up quite quickly and surprisingly to me in the St. Patrick's Day collection. It's a beautiful green apple scent with an equal parts grassy note. There's nothing like it to me in the catalog. So this is one that I think I'm definitely going to club and I'm really enjoying it. It's just a beautiful scent and I think this is going to play all season and summer long. Similar to that, I got 3 strawberries and cream. Now this is the bakery to me of the spring season. I don't think there's anything that hits the bakery note quite like this in the catalog. So now is the time, as far as I'm concerned, to snatch up the strawberries and cream. I'm not sure if I'm going to club it. I'm trying to keep my clubs smaller, but I might just club that bar as well. Now, I did get a warmer in this order, and it is this angel warmer. I saw this and immediately thought of my mom. She loves angels and she's into the sort of willow tree type designs, and I feel like this is very reminiscent of that. You guys, this is a taller box, though. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to open this without knocking my phone off of the yardstick. Fingers crossed, you guys, fingers crossed. Now, the warmer dish here is just sitting right on top. Just you can see it there. And I do think I'm going to just open this off camera and show you the pieces and parts so that I can be sure that I do not knock off the camera, because that would not be awesome for my phone or for your viewing experience. Now, this does seem like a smaller warmer dish. I think this likely is going to hold maybe 3 cubes, maybe 2. Let's take a look. Let's just pop some Keep Blooming in there and see how many we think we can fit. So I think we can get 3 in. Yeah, so we can fit 3 in. Typically, I use 2 cubes. Like, that is my starting point most of the time. Sometimes I use 1, but given the texture of this warmer dish, I would probably stick to 2 and allowing the wax to cool before removing it. Like, I would just pull it out, because I would be concerned if it's very full and you use the cotton ball method that some wax might spill out. Now, I do believe that the outer portion of this will be cleanable, but we'll talk about that when we look a little more closely at the warmer dish. Look how beautiful this is, and even all the way down to the base, there's just such a lovely detailing on this warmer that I think the photographs do it justice, but it is very beautifully detailed. I am also just sort of giving it a quick look around for any sort of visual defects that I might see, and I don't see any, which is very exciting. Now, that hot plate is perfectly hidden, so you can't really see it behind the angel. I think that's pretty cool. One of the things is, I'm not sure if you can see it from this angle, I'll try and show you, is there's a gloss finish on this warmer dish that's going to make interior cleaning very easy to me. But the exterior of this, I'll see if I can, or do you hear that? I'm not sure if it'll pick up, but that's a bone finish. So if colored wax gets on the outside of a warmer dish that is kind of this bone ceramic finish, it can be a little harder to clean. It is possible to do, but that's why I would not overfill this particular warmer. If I was filling it most of the time, I would probably recommend sticking to 2 cubes and letting it cool completely. But I am so excited about that warmer. It's just so precious to me, and I'm very excited to gift it. Now, I would love to hear in the comments below, what do you think of these samples? And have you snagged the Whiff box? I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.